So we're going to start off with Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. I've still got the receipt in here. Oh, this will be interesting to talk about. The guidebooks, you don't see these in games anymore. So let's put it in. So now that's the problem. That's one of the big things that happened with the original Xboxes after time, is that the disc tray would stop working. So you had to try and fiddle around with it. But now mine's so bad that I have to try and do absolutely ridiculous things to try and make it work. We used to say time after time you would come into issues, so since we can't get this to work right now, we'll try something else. We'll just play a bunch of trailer footage. Sorry about that.
Battlefield 2 Modern Combat was released in 2005 for PC and the consoles, both being the old generation and the new generation at the time, which was the 360 and the PS3. It was a decent release, with the lower versions of the game sporting a better working version of the single player, oddly enough, for me anyway. The story was of course dull, but the one interesting feature was the soldier swap. Switching from soldier to soldier was the one element that kept the otherwise dull missions entertaining. The addition of the arcade point scores led to weapon unlocks and other abilities and equipment uses. So kind of a little bit of what Call of Duty did with its multiplayer, with the kill points and whatnot, but for the single player, oddly enough. Which is even probably stranger is that I actually never really played the full multiplayer version. I'd played the online demo on this disc here. There was only one map on it, but it kept me entertained for weeks. It was the desert map with the city center and the oasis off to the side. Sort of oasis, but more so desert. And I played this for weeks, much like how when Rainbow Six 3 released their demo on the same Xbox magazine demo discs. Same sort of hype, same sort of attention. Even without the commander mode that was on the PC port, the multiplayer offered intense action with well laid out classes and an array of vehicles and really good maps. Unfortunately, this multiplayer was online only, so the only way you can keep at it is if you and your buddy feel like system linking over 16 old Xboxes together. In the end, with a dull single player and a multiplayer that can't be enjoyed anymore, BF2 is just not worth it anymore, unless you have the PC, of course. An interesting point about the Xbox One port was that the single player was much more functional. The 360 port was utterly useless. The AI on your team was absolutely brain dead, and the enemy eye would only ever shoot for you. So that made the last mission incredibly impossible. Another thing that kind of just makes this game not worth it anymore is that it has been advanced so much with Battlefield 3 and even the glitchy Battlefield 4. Bad Company 2 is even way better than this, and it's still online. So really the only reason why you can maybe play this is for Battlefield 2 on the PC with its commander mode, but Battlefield 4 is finally getting a hand of this.
So yeah guys, that's the Battlefield 2 Modern Combat review. Obviously it's not really worth it anymore. This is a test. Of course I didn't capture any of this footage because I just don't have a device yet, and it's kind of hard because this machine is at a different house compared to where my computer is, so we'll see if I'm able to work that out later. Next video will be a lot more interesting, I think. It's going to be about Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, and I finally found out how to close my system. So yeah, it's just hold that lip and then hold that in. See, it turns off. Particularly, you hit it like 3 or 4 times, and then when you turn it on, it should. Oh,